are about to highlight somebody down in Texas who's doing great things in our community.
That's right. One neighborhood mechanic is breaking stereotypes and changing lives. Take a look.
When life hands you a lemon, hope that auto mechanic Tamara Kasper is there to fix it. She may not be the first face you imagine greeting you at the garage, but the self-taught car craftsman has been building up engines and tearing down stereotypes in this male-dominated field for years. In 2017, when Texas was hit hard by Hurricane Harvey, Kasper started a fundraiser for locals whose cars needed repair from the flooding, which soon evolved into campaigns to help underprivileged families repair their cars at little to no cost. And Kasper's not putting the brakes on her mission anytime soon. She also started method workshops to put women of all ages in the driver's seat when it comes to repairing their own vehicles, teaching everything from changing tires, oil, and brakes to replacing car batteries and engine parts. Her students are not shy with their gratitude.
She helped boost my confidence.
She is a wonderful example of what women can become when they put their mind to things and they don't let what society tells them they can and can't do stop them.
Tamara Kasper, affectionately nicknamed TK, is changing lives in that garage in Houston, Texas, one car at a time.
And joining us now is auto mechanic and owner of 613 Shop in Houston, Texas, Tamara Kasper. Tamara, thanks for being with us. I love this fun fact. You are the only woman Harvey technician in Houston. Wow. What is that like? What has it been like for you?
Oh man, it's been amazing. I really enjoy working at Harley-Davidson, and the men at Kingwood have been great. They've been very respectful. And if you think about it, like, if there's only 2% women in the auto industry, think about how smaller it is of the dynamic for women in the Harley industry.
You said there's 2%, so I'm just curious, where does your passion for auto mechanics come from?
I think it just came to me naturally. I don't know. My family was never into cars. I just landed in the field, just trying to find a job after college, and just worked out for me.
And
I definitely didn't plan it.
Pearls and Pistons. I love the name of your classes, Pearls and Pistons.
Thank you.
You know, why do you? It's one thing. You're teaching these classes. You're not necessarily trying to get other women to be full-time mechanics necessarily, but you want women to be empowered. Like change your own oil, change a flat tire. Why is that so important to kind of pass that type of knowledge on?
Well, there should be shop classes in schools, so it's just not available anymore. And we're so dependent on our vehicles already. I think it's very important for people to know how to take care of a car if something happened. You know, to be a little independent is always important.
Tamara, I'm curious how people react to you when they see you and they see, you know, that not really anyone else looks like you. Do you get a lot of comments, people cheering you on? I'm just curious what the reaction is.
I think most of the time, yes. I think a lot of people are very appreciative and supportive of me.
Look, you had your own issues like a lot of folks. Your own car was damaged, your garage was damaged after Hurricane Harvey, but you still found a way to keep helping others fix their cars and get their lives back together. How were you able to do that?
There was a lot of stress involved, of course, because Hurricane Harvey affected everyone so dramatically, but you saw so many inspirational stories. Like, how do you not want to be involved with that? There's so many people who, you know, had boats and lifted trucks to go evacuate and help people get out of their homes that were flooded completely. I just wanted to help some way, and I didn't have a boat, I didn't have a lifted truck, I didn't have those, so I just used what I had, which was a skill set and a shop, and that's how the idea came to be.
Tamara, I'm reading that you started at community workshops and you volunteered at local schools and organizations, yet you charge little to no money. So I'm curious, how are you making this all work?
That's what happens when you're an entrepreneur. You just have to make it work somehow, and that's what I do.
But I bet you could use a little help. And our friends at Napa Auto Parts heard about all of the amazing work that you've been doing, and they want to give you a nice big check. Look at that, $10,000 gift card towards auto parts and supplies so you can continue to help others with that money. Tell us what you can do with that.
Oh my gosh, I can't think. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, Tamara, I know you said you can't think, but we need you to think right now, Tamara.
Okay.
No, I know something.
I'll go back.
Like you said, you're an entrepreneur, all right? So you always have something next. You always have a project or something you want to do. So what goes through your mind? First thing, $10,000 for supplies, for auto supply. What is the first thing that crossed your mind of what you can do with that?
Buy equipment. I need more equipment.
How far will that go? How many people can you help with that?
A lot of people, definitely. I can only imagine, since I was able to work with $10 per person, I only can imagine how I was going to work with now 10,000.
And Tamara, look, you said this earlier, the percentages, right, of women who are in this industry. But if you can, take a moment. You said you didn't grow up necessarily, anybody else around you that got you into it. You got into it and kind of fell into it. And maybe anyone else who is thinking about it or curious, or maybe not even necessarily thinking about a career in that industry. Talk to those women, young women, possibly about why this appeals to you and why it's something maybe being an auto mechanic is something they should consider as well.
It's a life skill. It's very important, since we're all very dependent on our vehicles. And it's something that there's always a job. You can always find a job with having a skill set like that. To me, I just feel like life is kind of an adventure. So it wasn't the way I planned in my life to be, but I'm so happy that's the way it fell into it.
Well, I know so many people are happy you did make that choice. I'm curious, when you are able to offer people, you mentioned, a vehicle to most people, that's their way to get to work. That's their way to get to food. That's a huge part of their life. So what is it like when you give them that help and that hope to have that back when they didn't really have a way to do it before? What has been the response from the people you've helped?
Very grateful, extremely grateful. It's something that it's useful. It's not just buying someone flowers. It's something useful they need to have. You're very dependent on it. It's amazing to see how people react when they get back their car and it's fixed completely. Just
Tamara, it has been a joy to hear your story and to talk to you today and to see that smile. It really does light up the screen. And congratulations on the 10,000 and what you're going to do with it moving forward. We will hopefully see you down the road, okay?
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.